EDI invoices are created automatically in Polaris using data retrieved from the supplier's FTP server. Before you begin using EDI, we'll need to set up your EDI invoice defaults in System Administration. CCS will complete this work for you. Let's review your default EDI invoice options. First, we'll need to set up the default values that will allow Polaris to create an invoice line item even if no matching purchase order line item is found. You can designate a default title for the invoice line item, such as title discrepancy or no PO line found. Then, we'll need to designate a branch and a fund for those items. If you want an alert to appear next to any invoice line item that was created using the defaults, we can also add in an alert note. Next, you can specify if you want header charges to be loaded automatically when EDI invoices are created, and if you do want that, what fund should be assigned to those charges. If you don't load the header charges automatically, staff can manually add them in to the EDI invoice after it's been generated. You can also choose to update linked PO line items to be received automatically when the EDI invoice is created. If you check this option, you can also choose to have the on-order item records updated to in process automatically. Libraries can also choose to leave the linked on-order item records with a status of on order until the physical item is received in the building. We can also add in an email address for staff members to whom you want invoice details sent. The invoice log can be delivered to multiple staff if you'd like. There is one additional setting to determine for EDI invoices, and that is whether or not you want to hold partial shipment invoices. When the hold partial shipment invoice setting is disabled or unchecked in sysadmin, invoices are brought into Polaris regardless of the number of copies ordered compared to the number of copies received. EDI isn't smart enough to adjust the line items, so staff will need to manually adjust them on the invoice. Innovative recommends holding partial shipment invoices. When the Hold Partial Shipment Invoice option is enabled or checked, partial shipment invoices will be held on the Polaris server. Staff will need to go in and manually retrieve them at any time. When staff manually pull the invoices in, the line items are split correctly and the correct number of line items are received. In other words, when partial shipment invoices are pulled in, the line items can end up being incorrect, which is why Innovative recommends holding partial shipment invoices. If you still have questions after completing this lesson, email us at help@ccslib.org.